I was picked up by some unknown detectives. I heard some foreign languages. Anyway, many people are actually citing Indian accents, English, and some people are telling that during the July revelation we've heard the Hindi words as well in the Jatrabari. So right now we were supposed to have International Crimes Tribunal prosecutor here, but due to some of the issues, perhaps they couldn't come here. But today I would love to tell to the world out there and to the people who are actually going to watch my video after my speech here. I want to be very much specific to the United Nations-led Committee on the Enforced Disappearance. I have already been there and I have already reported everything what happened with me and all the others who actually got out of that very absolutely horrifying condition over there during the secret detention centers. So the government has to do a lot of things. For the first time, they have to actually acquit each and every single person who went through serious crimes against humanity. And since I'm one of the victims of enforced disappearance, I know the situations in Bangladesh continued after July 2024, because we didn't speak out against the Hafazat movement back in 2013. And I was one of the person back in 2013. When I spoke out, I went to the prison. The government considered me one of the terrorists, and they filed case against me. They staged drama. They wanted to malign me with all of the negative stereotypes. They called me so-called militant Islamist fundamentalist. Honestly speaking, I have had no any allegations, any alliance, or any kind of affiliations with any single political party of my life up to this time. I was a researcher of international relations, and I did my law course as well. I knew about the international human rights law. I knew about the diplomacy and foreign policy very well. So they are not supposed to teach me or school me regarding these issues about international foreign policy and diplomacy, and how to write about, how to demonstrate my view regarding genocide, how to speak out against these kind of crimes against humanity. And I did these things very well. But back at the time, the fascist regime promoted the people without any particular strong meritocratic village system. So I see those people who were over there in the state mechanism, I'm just telling you, over there in the prosecution section, in almost everywhere, the whole state corrupt was so much corrupt. It didn't take anybody which was meritorious, which was actually demonstrating something good for the nation. So I was one of the person. I'm not gonna speak out what happened with me with those person, and I've already told everything over there. But I want to be very specific about the situation to Dr. Yunus, his press secretary, Mr. Shafiqul Alam Bhai. Before getting here, honestly speaking, I've already sent my details about it. So I've had a book on UNHCR during a crisis, finding a common ground with Bangladesh. My name is Shoykot, and I want to consider myself one of the sons of Mr. Mahmudur Rahman Shoykot. Allah knows very well there is a correlation between this and that. I'm one of the survivors of fascist Hasina dictatorship. So right now, this is high time we have to speak out. If we don't speak out right now, we know very well that each and every country has to have good relations with all the countries. But that doesn't mean that we will go over there and take over their national security interest issues. And I, when first spoke out against those very particular incidents that continued up to July, that didn't actually make sense to them at all, at any cost, because they are actually coming up with a war on terror game to the world outside. They were telling whoever was speaking out against so-called secular liberal democratic regime system of the then prime minister, an elected prime minister, he will be considered a terrorist. So that is an absolute disgrace and outrage for each and every single one in the society. And the world came to know that all the enforced disappearance and all the crimes against humanity that very particular regime committed at the time, that was absolutely horrible, and that has to be provided to the International Crimes Tribunal in such a way. Mr. Tajul Islam, the prosecutors of International Crimes Tribunal have had conversations with me. I hope they will be getting to know about my speech here today as well. I'll be sending my message to them, and the government has to take very decisive action as soon as possible, because there are 15 years of fascist bureaucrats, law enforcement agencies, media persons, media personnels in specific medias. I don't want to specify those particular media. They will be coming up with this manufacturing consent idea. They will be leveling each and every one as terrorist if we somehow want to profoundly or politely disagree with their ideas. So today, I'm very humble to speak out my minds. I'll be super happy if the government actually listens to these people and all of the youths and kids who took to the streets at the time. So this is the high time we have to actually applaud a Human Rights Development Center, and we are very much thankful to each and every single one who took the initiatives to convert International Crimes Tribunal once again to repatriate those culprits back to the country. And we also want to thank the initiative of Enforced Disappearance Commission, which was done under the UN. So I hope all of the cases will be as soon as filed, and that will be provided to the concerned authorities. That will be given justice, and then that will be ensured that no one will be able to, or no one will be showing that audacity, I would love to use the word, to make or commit any kinds of crimes against humanity in the recorded history of Bangladesh from now on. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.